Salve, Regina, Mater misericordiae.
The memorial of Saint Jerome Emiliani, who lived in the 16th century. He had left everything and became the father of orphans and poor children and taught them, founded the order of Somaska for the education of children. And so we have this gospel which speaks about with the good man asking how to be more perfect right after our Lord had placed his hands on the children, and he must have seen how kindly our Lord was with the children and was touched by that and wanted to be like our Lord. So he asked him what he should do to follow him and save his soul. And our Lord said, obey the commandments, and then if you want to be perfect, sell everything, give to the poor, and follow me. This is what our Lord says elsewhere, and just speaking to people in general, that we must sell everything. We must buy the pearl of great price. We must sell everything to buy the treasure in the field. We must sell everything, or set aside everything and buy the field. And we need to give up everything. We need to not be divided, but to sell everything in the sense of separate ourselves from everything that is not God, everything that keeps us from God, everything that keeps us from giving our heart entirely to God, which is the world and the flesh, our self-will. These things we need to sell them, get rid of them, and purchase God, purchase Him with all our heart and love. And then once we have God, once we have sold everything, that not to go back. And it's hard to go back once you've sold everything. It's hard to gain back your treasures if you give them all away. And so it's a deterrent from going back. And we need deterrence to stay committed to our Lord because we're so weak and unreliable in so many ways. We need to know that. And so we want to burn our bridges, like Herman Cortez in the 1500s, when he just before Our Lady of Guadalupe appeared, and he brought his small little army to conquer all of Aztec Indians, and he burned all his boats when they arrived on shore, so they could not go back, even if they wanted. And God helped them to conquer the Aztecs and establish Christianity there, and expunge the human sacrifices. We want to do that too. We want to burn our bridges to sin, burn them, get rid of things that are causing us to sin. And we want to commit ourselves to holy things, commit ourselves so we can't go back. I commit myself to hours of adoration. I commit myself to religious life. I commit myself to doing these works of charity, doing parish work, doing whatever. I commit myself so I can't turn back without losing face, whatever. But most of all, we want to give our heart entirely to God, sell everything, and keep working day in and day out to put aside everything for the love of God, for service of God in everything we do, as Saint Jerome Emiliani and other saints.
Fructum ventris tuum,